workshop. Today, we're talking about how to advertise on Facebook. Last week, I did a workshop on advertising on Facebook as well, but that was through Social Ad Engine. So let me just show you really quick. Social Ad Engine, if you're not familiar, uh, does advertise on Facebook as well. However, there you would be able to sort through kind of set templates and kind of go through steps to create an ad on this engine, and it basically runs it for you. Whereas we're talking about today is we're kind of managing it ourselves and starting from scratch and doing it on its own in through Facebook. Um, there's pros and cons for both. Just the kind of biggest pro of doing it yourself on Facebook is just the overall control that we'll have, and I'll show you what I mean by that. And what we'll do today is that really going off of that control. But of course, Social Ad Engine has its own benefits. One being, if you've never run a Facebook ad before, that's kind of a great place to start. Just in the sense that you really can't go wrong with it. You won't really mess up. It takes the errors out of your hands. But with that, let's just get started. We'll go into it. Everybody saw me how I went to my personal page, but then to my business page. That's what we're going to need. If you don't have a business page with Facebook, you're going to go to your personal account and actually create a business page. We cannot advertise without one. It's pretty simple. And then once you have your business page, what we can do, just 10 different routes, we can scroll down, to the Ad Center. And once we click on Ad Center, this will be your Ad Center where you'll see past campaigns that you're running, current campaigns that are happening, and so forth. We could also, just to show you another way, we can also click on the menu button here, come over to the create side and scroll down and click on ad. It's just going to bring you to the same spot. So once we hit create ad, what it's going to present you are three options. The automated ads, create a new ad, and boost a post. The automated ads are, personalized ads that you can create on Facebook, basically the same way. However, you're kind of giving Facebook I guess you could call it control of just this. You're looking for their guidance of what, people you're going to look for, target audiences, and so forth. The reason I kind of tell agents to stay away from this is just because, Facebook's algorithms and, who it targets isn't always correct, especially for us and our business. If you're going to take the time and definitely spend the money on running a Facebook ad, you're going to want to have control over where that ad is running, who it's targeting, and so forth. So that's why I more recommend, creating a new ad yourself. And then that way you have total control over what the ad is doing and how it's performing and so forth. We could make a continuous, if you're a person that just wants to run an ad each month, each week, and so forth, you can definitely do that in here. That's the main reason why I would stay away from automated ads. So just something to think about. And then boosting posts. Once you do also have a business account, you will be able to boost posts. And what boosting posts are is you would have a post on your page, and then you're able to boost that to maybe distribute it in front of more people, get more engagement with it and so forth. So it's basically taking a post and then turning it into an advertisement. But we won't be talking about that today. Today, we're going to focus in on our ad. So I'm going to hit create a new ad. And then once I do that, we're going to come to the creative center of the actual ad. And this is where we're going to start building it. So the first, and we're going to kind of filter these through the steps on the left-hand side, basically. And here on the right is our ad preview of just a preview screen of what our ad is looking like and how it's shaping. So first, starting off on goal, we're going to go to change, and then this is going to bring up all the different goals for the actual ad. The goals for the ad we should be thinking about this before we're running an ad. We never want to run an ad just to run an ad. We think it's great to be on Facebook and advertise on there. We don't want to do that. We want to be more specific with what we're doing or what we're trying to get out of our ad, meaning that we can run an advertisement on Facebook for a number of reasons. Maybe we're trying to get more exposure of a property. Maybe we're trying to, generate leads or contact information from people. Maybe we're just trying to get more traffic to our website. That overall goal of what we're trying to get out of our ad dictates this, and that goal dictates what we're advertising for. So that example of, we can choose the goal of get more website visitors. Maybe we have a listing property. We want to get more exposure to that listing. So we're going to want to bring people, when they see our ad for the property, go directly to our website. That would be a great goal to set, because we're basically telling Facebook to find people that are willing or likely to click on ads and then be brought to links. The same thing with get more leads. This is if you want to generate leads and contact information. You're looking to, have people find people's email addresses to follow up with them. This will have them fill out a lead form, so you can gather that information. Get more messages. The same thing. It applies to if you want people to directly message you from their actual advertisement. It will show in front of them. And then, of course, get more page likes. Maybe you're just trying to get more engagement, more actual traffic to your page, or you're trying to, get more followers or something. This will drive traffic and engagement to your actual page and post. So for this example, let's just say that we're going to, let's do a lead form, since I did website yesterday. So we're going to get more leads. I'm going to click save. And then once that loads, the next option here is actually a brand new option. This is new to this year.
I'm sorry, Zach. I don't mean to interrupt you. Can we go to the previous page for 1 second? You had like 5 or 6 different categories. Yeah. So can we do more than, like, right now you selected get more leads?
Yep.
Can we do more than one? Like get more
No.
leads, get more
No, you would have
messenger?
to choose.
Okay.
No, you would have to choose one goal for each ad that you're running. So you could run 2 ads simultaneously, meaning that you could do get more leads and then you run that one, and then at the same time you could do get more website visitors side by side. They have to be separate.
One. Okay. Thank you.
So the next option here is Shuffle Creative, which is a new feature to Facebook advertisements. And basically what this is going to do, if we turn this on, is basically cycle through options of your ad, meaning that you're going to pick multiple images for your ad. You're going to pick multiple headlines for your ad and multiple descriptions for your ad. And it's basically going to shuffle through those different options and change locations, words, and so forth, making it different each time. So it might appear the first time like this, and then the next time it appears, it has a different headline, description, and so forth. That's just good for overall kind of testing advertisements, meaning, you're going to see and compare which kind of headline worked the best, or which kind of photo worked the best, what was getting actual people to engage with. If this is your first time running a Facebook ad, we may just not want to use that at first. We may just want to kind of try one, feel it out. And then once you feel more comfortable and, get an understanding of it, then we can try testing different things. So going right along next to the ad creative, this is really where we're just going to shape and, mold our advertisement of what we're looking to do. So of course, depending on what you're advertising for, this is going to change your description. Whether you're dealing with an open house, just listed, a new property, new sale, whatever it may be, even you as an agent, this is going to determine your description. Just try your best whenever you have a description. We always want to make it, of course, appealing, full of information and, draw people's attention to it, but also make sure to include a call to action. We want to make clear what we're trying to get people to do for this advertisement. So let's say that, this is about a new property that I have. and it's showing that property here, I could say my call to action for that might be click here to see more details. Something like that could be a call to action, just because we're driving people to do what we want them to do. We want to be very simple and give them a clear-cut path and what we're trying to get our viewer to accomplish. Next is automatic, excuse me, automatic enhancements. This is similar to what I was talking about before, where you're going to kind of give Facebook the, I guess, authority, in a way you could call it, of just doing what they think is best or who you should be targeting based upon your advertisement. Again, I wouldn't really touch this just because, you know, we'll explain that step more in special ad category, and you'll kind of see the control that you'll be able to have with this. But just know that is an option for you. Then under media, this is where we're going to select our main image for our actual advertisement. So a couple options here. If we hit select media, we have basically 3 options for our advertisement. We can obviously upload a still image for our ad. We could create really anything. We can even use Canva or Brand Server to, you know, create what you want to create for your actual advertisement and use that still image. We could also use a video. So if you have a video slideshow, if you have a kind of virtual walkthrough that you want to use for your advertisement, you can upload that and use that for your advertisement. Or if you want to use what they call a carousel, which is going to be up to 5 images for an actual advertisement. So maybe I want to do this as my first image, and then I select this as my second image, this as my third, and this is my fourth, and I keep going. This will make a kind of carousel advertisement that I'm sure we've all seen before. And if I hit select, we can see now, if you've ever seen those advertisement with multiple kind of photos that we can actually slide through, that's what a carousel ad is. So maybe this would be a good idea if you have, you know, a listing or an open house and you want to provide multiple shots of the actual property. Maybe you want to go with a carousel ad. And you can change the headline for each of these pictures or images that you upload. And then, of course, like this photo, let's say that this, you know, doesn't really fit in our space. If we hit the edit options, and then maybe I don't want to choose. I just want to scale it. Where's our scale button? Oh, it does fit. Okay, that's why it's not letting me get it. So usually if the image doesn't fit, then it would have you scale the image, just basically zooming in it or cropping the actual image. So here, the next step would be choosing our headlines, just making it relevant, you know, the overall topic of what the advertisement is talking about, and then also choosing our button label. Our button label is just this button right here on the advertisement. It's, you know, mandatory for all advertisements. Just make sure it's relevant to what you're advertising for, so you can bring down the drop box, you know, and click learn more, sign up, subscribe, apply now, whatever it may be. And then for your contact form, this is actually your lead form of what you're doing. So right here is if I had past lead forms that I've done, and these are from past workshops that I've done. So if you've never done it before, this won't come up. But here, right where we hit create form, is where you're going to have, or you're going to create your actual lead form for what you're dealing with. So what a lead form or what a lead ad is it makes them a person before they go or land on the page of your ad. It will ask them for their name, their phone number, their email, really whatever it is you want them to answer. It's kind of like a password, if you will, before they get to the actual information, meaning that, you know, before they can see more photos, they're going to have to fill out their name and email. So with this, we can, you know, really build whatever or say whatever we want to say. So you're going to name the lead form basically just something that you'll remember and know what advertisement it was for. You can add customized form text. Just this is basically a message before a person answers questions. If you wanted to say, thanks for clicking on my ad, please fill out the following information so an agent can reach out to you. If you kind of just want to give them a sense of what they're doing and why they're doing it for, maybe a good idea. Then under customer info, these are the questions that you're going to have them answer. So at least you should have them fill out their name and email. If you want to have all three, a phone number, you can add those. If you hit see all, there's other fill-in questions that you want, but mostly these are the main two hitters for contact information. We could also have them fill out short answer questions if you wanted to do that. You could just click add question, fill in your own question, and their answers will be sent to you. And then lastly is a privacy policy. We used to have to disclose one. However, Facebook creates one now for you. So if you have a privacy policy, you can upload it yourself, and it will just ask you for the text or the URL. But if you don't click off that box, no worries. Facebook will actually provide one for you, and you should be good to go. So once you've done that, and you filled out your lead form and how you want people to answer, you would just hit save. I'm just going to click cancel. Then after our lead form is done, we're going to go to special ad category. Because we're dealing with real estate, because we're dealing with housing, we need to turn this button on. And once we turn that button on, we're going to go to category and we're going to select housing. This is just something we have to do. This is a rule by Facebook. If you do not do this and mark this special ad category, your ad will be taken down and flagged. Next, under audience, we're going to go to audience details and we're going to click on the little pencil. And then in audience details, this is where we're going to start creating or molding our ad and who it should be paying attention to and where it should be paying attention to. So this is kind of that automatic enhancements that I was talking about earlier. Because we are in the special ad category, we cannot alter gender or age. We can't specify men or women because of housing, and we can't specify age groups that we want to pay attention because of housing. So we're actually going to scroll down to location, and under location, this is where we're going to select where we want our actual advertisement to run in. So I'm actually going to exit United States. And then let's say I have a listing just where I live now, Cranberry, New Jersey. And I know a lot of buyers are coming from Princeton, New Jersey. So I'm just going to type in Princeton, New Jersey, and select that as my radius for where this advertisement where this advertisement is going to run. So with this, because again, the special ad category, I cannot go below 15-mile radius. I can certainly go above that. I just can't go below that. So very important to do your homework, know what you're advertising for, what your goal is, but then also, do your homework a little bit and know, maybe where you should be targeting. If you're seeing a lot of buyers, maybe they come from New York, let's say, New York. Maybe I want to target that as another radius. And I can do that. I can select many different locations and change their radius as well. So once you've done that, once you choose a location or locations, you're going to scroll down to the detailed targeting section of this ad. This is the very important part of our advertisement, just because this is us essentially telling our ad who we should be paying attention to, or who the Facebook ad should be paying attention to, I should say. So in this, the way this operates is that Facebook is constantly taking people's information and keeping track of their history. And then it puts people into little boxes based upon what they're doing. So in this case, if someone's constantly, maybe following a lot of real estate agent Facebook pages. Maybe they're going and visiting or looking at different properties. Maybe they're going to Zillow.com. This is how we get in front of those people and get our advertisement in front of those people. So maybe a good place to start is we're just going to type in real estate as an interest. And this is going to tell our ad to pay attention to people that are interested in real estate. Maybe we want to type in Zillow as an interest. Maybe we definitely want to be in front of those people that visit Zillow or realtor. Realtor.com. So maybe that's another interest. Basically, you want to specify exactly what your Facebook ad should be paying attention to, interests, people, places, that kind of thing. Not all words that you type in are going to come up. If you want to see the complete list of interests, we'd hit browse, and then that's going to bring up everything. And you can go through this list. It's not that long. You'll see different groups of different things, people or interests that you want to target based upon your ad. So once you do that, let me scroll all the way down. Oh, maybe not. I'll hit the back button actually. Once I do that, I'm going to scroll down here and hit save audience. So once I do that, I'm going to go to duration, and this is where we're going to choose and specify how long we want our ad to actually run for. So if you wanted to run this ad continuously and basically it's going to run forever until you tell it to stop, you would just mark this box here. Or if you want to place an end date or the amount of days that you want it to run, you would do that here by selecting, toggling, or going to the actual map and setting it. If this is your first time running an ad, I would recommend try it for 7 days if you can. If it's within your budget, that's usually a good time. 2 weeks is great. But if it all depends on everybody's individual budget. Along with that, the daily budget is our daily budget that will be spent on this ad. The range I give agents is usually to about $5 to $15. That's a pretty good place to start at. Again, this is your business, whatever's in your means. If you can do less than that, perfectly fine. If you can do more than that, great. There is correlation between the more money that you spent daily and the more time that you have the ad run. You'll see your estimated results come up. But you can run a perfectly good working ad for $10, a day for 7 days. That's perfectly fine. From there, we're going to scroll down to placements. Now, placements is talking about where your ad will appear. So Facebook owns Instagram. So if we wanted to advertise on Instagram, we can leave that as marked. And I can actually show you under ad preview. If we hit see all previews or see ad previews, it will show you how your ad will appear on Facebook. And then if we switch over to Instagram, it'll also show you how your ad will appear on Instagram. The reason I bring this up is just because if we go under placements, and especially if we have a low budget, like $10 a day for 7 days, we're actually going to want to just pick or decide where we want this ad to run. So if I have a budget like this, I'm going to tell you to just advertise solely on Facebook. The reason I do that and the reason I say that is because when we have $10 a day, our budget is $70. And our daily budget is $10. If we advertise on Facebook and then we advertise on Instagram, we're actually now splitting our budget in half, basically. We're now taking $5 and putting it towards Facebook and $5 to Instagram. So rather than do that, I would just rather you pick one destination. So if you're just going to do Instagram, just do Instagram. Or if you're just going to do Facebook, just do Facebook. Regardless of either, always turn off Messenger. I don't find a lot of success on Messenger. I think it's just a waste of the budget. So either pick one or the other just to get the best results. And you can even see if I if I do Instagram and Facebook here, take a look at my estimates, daily results, and I switch off Instagram, they'll actually go up. Again, it's just because your budget is no longer be split between two platforms. From there, if I scroll all the way down, I'm going to do my payment method. Just upload your card, hit, and add payment method, click checkout, and then you're going to hit promote now. And then once your ad is approved, it's going to start running immediately. So from there, once your ad is running, we're just going to go back. Let's say that I, went through this. Yes, I'm good. I'm actually going to go back to my ad manager, remember on the side, ad center. And then you're going to see your actual ad. You're going to see how it's performing, how it's running, any leads that come in. And that's very important when you have leads coming in from a lead form, to always constantly be checking in on it. If you're running a lead ad, check in on that ad 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and night. Just because we want to follow up with those people that interacted with our advertisement immediately. Because if we follow up with a person 2 minutes from now, as opposed from 2 weeks from now, you're going to have more success. But with that being said, that just about does it. Does anybody have any questions?